Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brenda Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brenda Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows, y'all. This video, we gotta talk about Summer House, Martha's Vineyard real quick. Child, this episode was exhausting. Anyway, y'all, before we get into it, please do not hesitate to hit that thumbs up button for me, y'all. Please share this video where you like to share your content. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought of the episodes. There's a lot of different things were happening at one time and a lot of different perspectives, and we will get into it. And also make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are like, I think we're like 6 subs now from the 500. So I need y'all to subscribe, okay? My birthday is in less than 2 weeks. I know I've been promoting it. So if you're going to give me a birthday present, do me a solid, hit that subscribe button. Help me to reach the goals over here. We got to reach these goals, okay? So we can still keep doing this content. I'm tired, y'all. I don't even know how I stayed up this late, but I'm going to get this video done for y'all. And the show is good. You know, I enjoy this show. Anywho, let's get into it. So we basically pick up the episode where we left off with Jasmine and Summer fussing and fighting. Now I couldn't figure out the first time I watched it what the hell they was even fussing about. But then when I rewatched it before I did this review, I think I understand now what the issue is. So Summer feels like she wants to assert herself, and I guess she feels like if she's loud and she's with the same rah-rah Jordan is, then it's taken wrong, but Jordan is to be that way. Now, I think we met Jordan that way, so we're already used to it, not to excuse it, though. But Summer didn't really come off like this last season. Is it just me? So I don't know. Summer got a different energy about her this season. It's kind of weird. So anyway, Alexis and Preston are still in the car. So if I would with them, I would have got out. Now Shanice and Nick are up there eating chips and dip because they can't be bothered. Jasmine went in the house. And so Summer's crying and she's like, I just need a moment. I just need air. I just need a breather. I was like, girl, be quiet. Jasmine's like, wait, go take a shower, girl. Get your life together. Noelle's sitting on the bed crying because Alex rejected her. I was like, Noelle, I know you ain't crying over. I know you ain't crying over Alex. And y'all see Noelle behind me? This how damn bad. Grand Rising, aka Alex. Shout out to Bell Perspective. Check her channel out. This how damn bad we cheat day he had our girl Noelle. Noelle, girl, no. So anyway, um, so Summer saying like, I can't believe you, Jordan. Like I was just consoling you earlier when you was crying in my arms in the bathroom, and then you doing all this, you talking crazy to me. I asked her not to talk to me crazy, and she want to keep talking to me disrespectfully. That's Summer's issue. So then Jordan, heard her say that, like say the whole bringing up the bathroom incident in front of, I think it was Shanice and Jasmine and whoever else was over there. And so she didn't say like crying about losing your hair. She said, you was in the bathroom crying in my arms, is what she said. And so then Jordan didn't like that. And so Shanice and Nick finally came in there to help out, get her some water. Shanice still eating them chips, and Shanice passed gas. Shanice is a fool. So anywho, Jordan was unhappy with the fact that Summer kind of weaponized her vulnerable moment she had with her, and she said especially her saying it in front of people she's not cool with, like Jasmine. Which I'm like, girl, I thought you and Jasmine moved forward, but whatever. So Jordan's on the floor crying to Preston and Nick and everybody. Well, yeah, I think it was just Preston and Nick about how her hair is falling out, and she didn't like how Summer weaponized that moment against her, and she doesn't feel like herself. She's losing her hair. She's just going through it, and she's just having a hard time. Okay, I get it. She's crying. She's like, I need a moment. Jordan and Summer are literally they almost the same person, right? I think that's the issue, is that their energies are too similar. They're too much alike. Too many people trying to be HBIC. Everybody can't be the HBIC. Okay, that's what it is. Anyway, I do get George's point about Summer, like saying, "Oh, you were just crying in my arms, and now you want to talk to me crazy." I get Jordan's like point of like you throwing that back in her face. I also get Summer's point of like, "Girl, I'm trying to be there for you, but you over here doing the most, right?" So anyway, and talking to me crazy. So I get both ladies' points. All right. So Jasmine said we're gonna go to church in the morning, right? So we get up in the morning. Nick peeks in Summer's room and whoever else is in the room and says you're gonna go to church. Shanice decides to go to church. I think she brought an outfit from Bria or Jasmine or somebody. But she said she didn't have no church clothes. Not surprised. So Nick, Jasmine, Alex, and Shanice went to church. And everybody else, they stayed home. They was heathens, I guess. Anyway, Shanice was like, "Well, how long is church?" And they was like, "Girl, it could go as long, you don't know, depending on the church." And then she's okay. And she said that, she just barely got in at 3 or 4 in the morning and she still, kind of toe up. But she said, the Bible said, "Come as you are." So here she is. I was like, "Oh, Shanice." Shanice said when she come in there, the thing gonna burn up. I said, "Girl." Shanice in the church yawning, but they got church in the Martha's Vineyard, y'all. They got church in the Martha's Vineyard. I said, "Okay, look at y'all." So Alex let us know that he's like 4 generations of Pentecostal church, and I don't know if he said his dad and grandpa, whoever was preachers and all that, and they would have to always be in church and in the choir, and they would have Sunday dinner afterwards and have chicken. I mean, not chicken, catfish and cornbread. I said, sounds about right. That's why he vegan now, right? So anyway, um, so at the house, the girls are all getting up. Noelle is mad and down bad. Look at her. Look at her in that picture. Talking about, "Oh, Alex came and was knocking everybody's door, inviting them to church, but he didn't invite me to church." Bria's like, "Well, he didn't invite me to church either." I'm pretty sure everybody knew about this church invitation. I don't know why we got to get up the next day and act like we didn't know about church when they said it the night before. I'm pretty sure everybody knew about church. Y'all just chose not to go to church, okay? Is what happened. Anyway, Bria put on her in the house I'm a cook dress because she said they were having a Sunday dinner, so she wanted to get her food prepped. So she was doing some kind of stuffed chicken deal. All right, I guess Bria likes to cook. She does quite a bit of the cooking. Amir does the most cooking and cleaning though. So at the house is Preston, Amir, Noelle, Alex, and Jordan. Summer, not Alex. I'm sorry, Preston. Preston talks with Summer because Summer was like, "Let me get your perspective on the previous night." So Preston fills her in like, "Yeah, Jordan didn't like how you were bringing up the whole thing with her, crying in your arms, like kind of throwing it back in her face." And so Summer first was like, "What you talking about?" But then she's got it. And then she's like, "Yeah, I understand that. But like, my thing is, I feel like I'm taking on her energy, like I'm really being there for her. And I feel like I'm taking on a lot and I'm letting her, do the most to me because I'm being there for her." And I was like, Summer want to be a victim so bad, but okay, girl. So anyway, I mean, I get both ladies. Both of them I'm tired of. But anywho, so Summer says she will have a talk with Jordan. Now, Preston said something about Shanice, but I didn't understand that part. So moving on. Anyway, we do see Noelle. I think she called her mom at one point because the night before she was crying, she wanted to call her mom. She called her mom and told her mom about the guy in the house she liked and how he rejected her, and she felt bad. She said that's not even her. She's not even that type of girl to show her hand like that. She don't strike me as that type of girl. I'm surprised she did that. I don't know if production told her to do it or she really did take the poor advice that the girls in the house gave her. Because I would have not let that man know I liked him like that. Nope, nope, and no. Especially Grand Rising. Mm-mm. And then she's like, "I'm not crazy. I'm not that girl. Oh my God," she's crying. Her mom told her, like, "You are human. Stop that crying, girl. Relax." She said, "Don't let nobody tell you who you are. Like, girl, you are patient. You are kind. You is important, right?" And so Mama cheered her up, and Noelle said she knows her mom's gonna give her good advice, and she gonna make sure she don't look like a fool up in these streets. Okay. So anywho, then we get to I think Noelle and Summer were outside talking about a pool, and Noelle was telling Summer, I guess, how she felt when it came to the whole Alex thing and how she felt rejected, and it reminded her of the rejection she felt from her father, and how, you know, her dad and her mom broke up, got a divorce when she was like 8 months old, and I guess her dad kind of left out, and she's been chasing for that love of her dad and trying to search for it as a teenager, and she could never find it, and she keeps, you know, doing everything she can to get the love of her dad, and she can't get it, and she just doesn't understand why. I did feel bad for her in this moment, and my heart did break for Noelle. I'm assuming that's why she was crying over Grand Rising, because it triggered the issues with her dad. But I feel like Grand Rising ain't worth all that, girl. He really not. He really not. But Noelle, hopefully you can get, you know, whatever real issues you have figured out as well, girl. Anywho, I think at some point everybody came back to, you know, home from church and all that. They're asking everybody how church was. Alex said it was a pretty good church. It's good to see that community they had, you know, at the Vineyard. Preston said he's never really been in the church like that. Amir feels like, you know, if you get to know different religions and different human, you know, aspects, and that's how the human connection. And I was looking at him crazy, and everybody else is looking at him crazy. Like, what are you talking about, sir? What are you talking about? Anyway, I think Amir was making some he was gonna do some cooking or something, but he was like, y'all gotta help me clean this kitchen. I don't know if it was this part or the next day, but I think it was this part. He was like, y'all gonna have to help me clean this kitchen. They all these trash bags, and Alex is in the room meditating. He ain't helping. Noelle was like, he should have helped with this part, but I feel like they do have Amir doing all the cooking and cleaning, and that's not Amir's job. Like, what is that about? Anyway, so then I think they went and had a beach day after church before the dinner. So they went and had a beach day. They played games on the beach. That was fun and cute. They did like Martha Says. They did Hood, Spelling Bee. That looks fun to do, everything they did. They took some drinks and shots and all that good stuff. All right. So then they get back for the dinner. We do see Summer and Jordan talk out their issues, and Jordan feels like that wasn't right for Summer to use, you know, what she said against her. She's like, even if you didn't say exactly what it was, because like I said, I had to make sure she didn't say losing your hair alopecia, but still, it was, you know, not good to be like, oh, I was just consoling you, like, you know, throw it in your face like that. Like, you could tell her, girl, stop talking to me crazy, without putting that part in, Summer. And then Summer just feels like, you know, Jordan was talking to her crazy, but they apologized and they moved forward. Then we get to the Sunday dinner. Alex notices that Jordan's energy is a little different and a little bit off. And so he is concerned about Jordan in this moment, right? I don't remember nothing else really significantly happening at the dinner. I feel like I'm forgetting, but anyway, moving on. So the next day, they didn't really do nothing that night after dinner. They really didn't do too much, I believe. Like I said, it wasn't too much. Oh, I do remember what happened at the dinner is that Amir made some Philly cheesesteaks, but he didn't have a cheese, so it was really just Philly steaks. And everybody was like, "What is this?" And then nobody eat them. Did nobody eat them Philly steaks? Amir, how you gonna make Philly cheesesteaks without the cheese? I would have been so mad. I would have been so mad. Okay. Anyway, then the next day I think the next day must have been like a Monday or something, because, you know, they went to church the previous day, and so you could tell some of them had their laptops. They about to do their work. And the next day was Bria's like event, so she's doing like a Bria's World, and she had like llamas or whatever you call them, animals, and she had like a tent thing outside. She was calling it Brichella, like Coachella. Summer said it looked like Coachella after all the people didn't left. Summer, you was shady, girl, but that was funny. And so they getting the thing ready. Bria's getting the stuff ready. So then we see Jasmine FaceTime with Silas, and she said she's going to take the phone downstairs so he could say hi to everybody, because everybody does miss him. I thought they didn't like Silas, but all right. So she's letting him know, like, you know, I think everybody's starting to suspect. This is kind of getting hard. She thinks she's going to tell them in a couple of days. So now Jasmine finally announces to the world that she was expecting, which we already knew, right? So we are within the timeline of the show now of where, she lets everybody, getting ready to let everybody know that she's pregnant. So she said she didn't want to tell the group until she was in her second trimester, and that's just a couple days away. I have a feeling next episode is when she will probably be announcing it, right? So, anyways, Jasmine said it's really hard being there without Silas, especially with him being away. And she's pregnant. He's the one that introduced her to the island. So, this is really hard. And she thinks that her friends don't understand how much that she really needs them. And I believe that's true, right? So, she goes downstairs. They say hi to Silas. All right, cool, girl. At some point, we saw Bria call Simon to see if Simon can get a flight through. Simon was like, I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it. And okay. And she said, did she say dick deprived or something was really hard? She wants what's those things called? VGR, those video things. She wants one where, it can simulate having sex with your partner so you can, do that if you long distance, because she hasn't seen Simon in a month. Okay. I understand, Bria. So anywho, Bria said, like, get off my line, boy, because she said stop shouting at me. Now Simon was not shouting at her on that phone, but maybe he was in her ear. I don't know. But to me, it didn't sound like he was shouting at you, girl. Okay. So they have, the little setup for Bria's world was cute outside though. That was cute. But I was like, they talking about going to dinner later on. So I was like, why y'all I thought they was eating because they had chefs in the kitchen and everything. But maybe it was like a brunch or a lunch or something. I don't know. They called Amir Carlton because his outfit, he did look like Carlton. He really did look like Carlton, right? Oh, side note, when the girls was fussing and fighting earlier in the episode, Alex said this is why he don't understand how men have multiple wives. I said, Grand Rising, you look like the type that will have multiple wives yourself. I'm just saying. Anywho, so then moving along, they enjoyed little Bria's world thing. It's like a circus kind of thing. They got popcorn. They found a watermelon in the yard at some point in the episode. All right, so then we get on to the dinner. That's later on the night. Now this is where the episode really get popping, right? Now beginning of the stuff, I feel like everybody was going through it, all that crying. I was like, what is going on? But then we gonna end with some more crying, right? So we get to this dinner, and Alex is still noticing that Jordan's energy is off, right? If my eyes look droopy, y'all, it's because I went to bed very late last night trying to finish those stupid taxes, and I am tired, okay? So if my eyes looking droopy, that's why. Because they feel so heavy right now. But we've got to wrap this video up. So Alex is like, I noticed Jordan, your energy is a little off. Like you usually have a more dominant presence and you're like present, but you're not really like involved like that. Like what's going on with you? Do you mind speaking to that? And so Jordan just says she's been going through a lot. Let me back up too. When Summer and Jordan had their talk, Summer says she wants to squash this because she's going through a lot herself. She's discovering her dad or finding out who her dad is, and also got to be strong for her nana who's about to have surgery, so she don't want to have no more drama. Now, in this particular scene at the dinner, Jordan lets us know that her mom passed away when she was like 17 years old, and she was the only child, and her mom was an only child, so she inherited her mom's parents, and she just has been through a lot. Like she's been through more than like what a typical 31-year-old has been through. And so she feels like she's always had to worry about time. Kind of like she had to grow up early just because everything she's went through. And that's understandable. Now that Jordan's telling her backstory, it kind of makes sense more now, the way she is. Because sometimes Jordan can have a little nasty attitude. She can. And so she was saying, like, she has alopecia. She's losing her hair. It's a lot. She's going through a lot. And Noelle was helping her get her wig together earlier in the episode. And Noelle was checking in on her, and she told Noelle like it's just really hard because she's not used to, wearing wigs every day and having to switch, being, having the, what I'm trying to say, when you wear different wigs every day, you switch up your look every day. So she's not used to that, right? And she's not wanting to wear wigs all the time. So just getting used to it and comfortable with it. And I felt bad for her. Even as somebody with me, I don't have alopecia. Thankfully, thank God, I have a lot of hair. It's just too much work to do it. Okay. So that's where I got into wearing wigs. I used to always wear like braids and crochet and weaves and stuff like that because I just have a hard time managing my own hair. Right. I went through phases though where I would wear my real hair as well, but once I got comfortable, like with switching up wigs, like really getting into wearing wigs and doing my wigs, so then I started really enjoying it and being able to switch my look. So hopefully, Jordan, I say all that to say that Jordan, girl, you gonna start to get into it. You gonna be switching from blonde to red to black, and you gonna get them wigs together, girl. You gonna be loving it. Trust me, you gonna be loving it. But it can be some work, and I understand it because she had long, her real hair looked like it was pretty nice. So it's nothing like the real thing. Like she said, a black woman's hair, it's special. So I understand what she's going through, and my heart does go out to her and anybody else dealing with that. That's a tough thing to deal with. So she shares that with the group that she is losing her hair, and her hair is important. Everybody's Jasmine is tearing up and all that, and she said, just a lot to deal with, and she's worried about her dad and how much time left she has with her dad. Not that her dad is so sick or anything, but she's just always worried about time. And then she's single, she not married, she don't no kids. It just felt like everything was wrong with Jordan at the time, and I wanted to be like, girl, you need to go get you a therapist. And I don't mean that no rude way. I mean that in like let me help you out, sister girl. Like that's what I meant. Like it just felt like she was just dumping right then, and her friends were there to receive it and let her dump. Sometimes you gotta let your friends dump, right? But I definitely think that she needs to, talk to a professional, someone she can really help to organize those thoughts and get some help and guidance. She definitely needs some help and guidance, right? And it just sucks everything she's going through. It does. And so Alex said, thank you for sharing that. And he's like, you know what? I want to say, like, you sharing that from that little moment, I learned so much more about you than I did last year, something like that. And I was like, oh, why did he say that? I knew this is when it was about to go left, right? So then Jordan was like, well, hold up. Like, you don't know me because you didn't try to get to know me last year. You judged me last year. You said I probably was the mean friend or whatever he said, and you was Googling everybody. You Googled Shanice, you Googled this one, you did that. You weren't trying to get to know us. And she was like, and if you really want to keep it gangster, like I was about to get on you. Did she say whoop his ass or something like that? I was about to get on you for the way you played my friend right here, the way you did my girl right here, because the whole Shanice thing, right? Now I was like, well, how did we flip and take this dramatic turn? It is what I was trying to figure out. Like, I thought we was having a moment where we was pouring out, we was pouring into each other. Preston said something about, that's good. We are all sharing, but also we got to be aware of the fact that we don't always make it a comfortable space for each other to share. So I'm like, okay, we get somewhere, but then Jordan flipped it back gangster, like, Alex. So then she brought that up, and so Alex said in his confessional that last year the whole thing about Shanice and how the thing with her ex, her ex was, I don't know who her ex played on Insecure. Y'all, I'm sure y'all know. Put it in the comments for me. But her ex that was on Insecure, sued her for stalking and all this stuff, and so Alex said in his confessional he knew that was gonna all come up, so he wanted her to have the chance to like kind of defend herself on the show, but that's not your place to decide, Alex. Grand Rising. So that was kind of weird to me. So Jordan, she ready to knock if you buck over that. And so Shanice said, yes, she went through so much anxiety over that. Like you made me, relive that situation and you re-trigger me. She crying, she going off. And she was explaining the whole thing with the lawsuit and confessional, how he tried to sue her for stalking and all that and leaked all these nudes, and the charges got dropped because they were bogus, but now he's trying to sue her for money, and she don't really talk about what she's going through. But she said it was a relief to finally tell everybody what was going on with that legal case. And I was like, oh dang, Shanice had a lot going on too. Everybody's just dumping, right? The whole episode. So then Alex is over there looking crazy. And so okay, but the girls are starting to get on my nerves a little bit when it comes to Alex. Now he was wrong for the way he did Shanice, right? And all that stuff. And he was wrong to say whatever he said about Jordan. But like when it comes to like Noelle and Summer, like y'all keep wanting all this energy from this man, and then get mad when he say he not doing all that. Now, granted, he is an F boy and he do be moving foul, but why y'all keep giving him so much? Like to me, they all give Alex way too much. Like, even with the church thing, like, stop giving him so much. And then you get mad when he don't do stuff. Like, stop. It's just getting on my nerves a little bit. Like, at this point, I'm holding y'all accountable, not him. Right? So anyway, back to the table, right? So then they started talking about the whole Shanice thing and the Googling and the brunch last year when it came up. And Alex said, let me be clear. Like, I didn't like Google her or bring it up. Nick is the one that told me about it. So then Nick starts to explain how that all thing happened. But then he was like, to be fair, Jasmine, you are the one that kept wanting to talk about it at the brunch. So first I was like, I can't remember. But then I did remember that scene from last year, because that's when Shanice got in the window all naked, right? And Shanice is growing on me though. When she really like released and we've been learning more about her, she kind of growing on me. So anywho, I mean, she's still a hot mess, need to get together, but she growing on me. So anywho, so they were talking about how all that Shanice stuff came up and what happened, and it's this big old moment. So then Bria was like, you know what? In the spirit of us speaking up ourselves, and I got to speak my truth. I know I told you, Jasmine, that I was comfortable with Moriah coming down to the house, but really, I am not comfortable with it. Like, Moriah messed up, disturbed my peace, and I'm all about protecting my peace, yo. And I can't be doing that. And, I just can't have her at the house. And I think, we should have our significant others come. We having our boyfriend, girlfriends come. We're having our friends come, but people who, we had a situation with or altercation with, we should not have at the house. Yeah, I think we should not have them at the house. And so I'm like, Bria, you said it was cool last week in the first part of the episode. You said it was fine when y'all had the house meeting, that you trusted Jasmine's judgment. So Jasmine's thing is, like, she irritated. And she was like, okay, like, Jasmine said she came to the house this year, the only people she knew she was good with was Bria and Alex. Everybody else, she didn't know where they stood. So for Bria to be coming at her like this, she's kind of like taken aback, which I don't blame her. And so she said, they're asking, Jasmine, how does she feel about all that? She's like, I don't know how I feel. Like, one day I can feel this way, the next day I can feel the other way. Like, my mood can change. Like, I'm hearing you out, but it's really kind of hard right now because I'm getting very angry. I'm not feeling that. And so Noelle was consoling her. And so they were like, no, you're right to feel how you want to feel. Jasmine is fine. And so Bria was like, I gotta protect my peace. I gotta speak up for myself. I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it real. So then Preston was trying to tell her something. So then she's jumping all up. She's like, I don't need that. I don't need that. I gotta keep it real for myself. I gotta keep it real for myself. I gotta protect my peace now. Everybody at the table looks irritated. Amir and Jordan went to get shots at the table, and they was like, take as long as you want them shots. They was not trying to go back to the bar, right? And so then Jasmine was like, that's good for you, Bria. You try to be the bigger person. Like, that's cute for you, but it's not like giving what you thought it was giving, girl. Like, no, you're not doing anything in this moment. So Bria was like, oh, somebody assaulted you. I wouldn't like to have them be in the house. And so they're like, well, Summer is here. Like, what are you talking about? Now, I don't remember what happened with Bria and Summer, if they got into it. I don't remember that. But anyway, and she was like, if that would have been Phil, you guys would not be for that. And so Bria's just going on and on. And she was like, I'm gonna hold it in right now. I'm gonna hold it in right now. So when I get to the house, I'm gonna be real loud. When I get to the house, I'm gonna be real loud. And I was like, girl, you already being too loud at the restaurant. Like, sit down somewhere, Bria. Sit down. Now, was Jasmine's methods, the way she got Moriah to come back to the house and she bought the ticket ahead of time before she really had the meeting, was she wrong for that? Okay, I can say she was wrong for that. If y'all want to say she wrong for that, we can say that. She should have had a meeting and get everybody's opinion first, right? However, everyone agreed that house meeting, they were okay with Moriah coming back. Bria only became irritated with it or unhappy with it when she found out from Phil that Jasmine had already purchased the ticket. Then it really became a problem for her again. And that's what I don't like about Bria. Like, I could almost agree, like, y'all need to validate Bria's feelings on Moriah, but I really fully can't agree with that because I feel like Moriah didn't really do much to you, Bria. Like, I feel like you're blowing it up more than you need to. I'm not saying Moriah was right the way she handled it. Like, Moriah definitely could have handled the Bria situation differently. I'm just not understanding why Bria's not moving on. Now, I can't tell her how to move on or how to feel, but it just was like, girl, what? And Preston in his confession was like, girl, you always want to jump up and run off and get loud and act like you so hood and you not saying nothing. Like, you need to, get it together. What did he say? Like the gorilla glue. Like, he said I forgot what he said, but he brought up the gorilla glue girl. And he's like, basically, you need to get it together. Like, you delusional, basically. I was hollering at that point. Yeah, because and Preston is tired of Bria, and I totally see why. I would be tired of her too. Like, I am tired of her. Like, girl, sit down. You are want to be hood. Be quiet. Okay, that Moriah situation was not that deep. To me, Moriah's situation and Phil don't even compare, as we said last week. Jasmine, then she started going off and crying and saying, like, like everybody supposed to have her back, like she going through a lot right now, so they was consoling her. And I think this is probably where she gonna let us know that she's pregnant, right? Y'all let me know what side y'all stand on, or what you think when it comes to Summer and Jordan. And then let me know what you think when it comes to, Alex and the ladies, Alex and Noelle, Alex and Jordan, Alex and Shanice, Alex and Summer. And then let me know what you think with the Bria and Jasmine and Moriah situation. Who is right? Who is wrong? What side do you see it from? And all that good stuff. Y'all, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Share the video where you like to share your content. Comment down below. And make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And I will talk to y'all again very soon. Bye.